So, can Wolves really qualify for Europe? In this video, I'm going to look at 6 things that need to happen for that to come true. So yeah, although Wolves are 11th at the moment with 35 points, lots of fans are talking about the possibility of qualifying for European competition again. Yeah, we're level with points with Chelsea, we're 1 point behind West Ham, we're 2 points behind Newcastle, and they think they can still qualify for Champions League, and we're 3 points behind 7th place Brighton and Hove Albion. So I'm going to break down 6 things that need to happen for us to qualify for Europe, and the 6th one at the end, I think, is the most important. So, the first one, injuries. Wolves haven't done too bad with major injuries this year. Obviously, Neto was out for a long time, and of course, we've now lost Kuna for a protracted period of time, but hopefully we'll be back in a few weeks' time. So for Wolves to qualify and really continue that push for Europe with a tight squad, we can't really afford many more injuries, if at all. Number 2, goal scoring. Goal scoring was something that was a problem in the last 2 or 3 years, but Wolves have suddenly found a way to get multiple scorers on the score sheet, as you've seen from recent results. And if Wolves are really going to push to get into European competition, the goals have got to continue to flow, not just from the strikers, but from everyone across the park. Number 3, the defence. Keeping the ball out of that onion bag. Wolves, although they've been scoring a lot more goals this season, we've been conceding more as well, and that's something that we really need to cut out of our game, especially defending on set pieces. Now, early season, we had the best defence against set pieces, but in recent games, we did concede 3 goals in successive games from a corner, and even against the game against Tottenham Hotspur, although the defence did really well, one lapse in concentration at the beginning of the second half cost us a very daft soft goal, and we've got to stop conceding silly soft goals in order for us to make sure that we do give ourselves the best opportunity of winning games and getting those 3 points. I'm sure that's something that Gary O'Neill and the coaching staff are working on very hard at the moment. Number 4, tactical versatility. Now, we know that Gary O'Neill, unlike some managers, likes to chop and change how his team sets up against the opposition. We've heard Gary O'Neill talk about how he wants to play in games and how he has to adjust particular different games. Now, we've seen that recently against the likes of Chelsea and Tottenham, how Wolves have adjusted to exploit the opportunities when they arise and break and score goals. And being able to adjust across all sorts of teams is going to be very important, especially, as I've said earlier, with a thin squad or a small squad, when there's going to be a lot of pressure put on individual players and games come thick and fast. And number 5, luck. You're going to need luck in any competition, whether that's the FA Cup or the Premier League. Wolves have had a lot of bad luck or bad decisions go against us early season, costing us 7 points really in terms of VAR decisions. And if we'd have had those 7 points, we'd be pushing and knocking on the door of a Champions League spot, let alone, you know, a Conference League or a Europa League spot. So luck is certainly a factor that Wolves need to ride in these last 13 games of the season. And last, but in my opinion, no means least, number 6. Number 6 is we've got to beat teams like Brentford and Sheffield United and all of those sort of teams that we've got coming up that like to sit at home. We've got to be able to break those teams down. And that, to me, is the biggest key of all. If Wolves can go away and or play the big 6 and get great results, as we've seen, and then the next week, the following week, we drop points to teams that are down the bottom because we can't break them down, that's going to definitely cost us a European place. And if we're to go up to that level, that sort of top 7 level, You've got to be able to put these teams away, and we struggled to do that against Brentford recently. We've seen the year that, you know, Huddersfield went down. They only won 3 games all season, and 2 of them were against us, and we've got Sheffield United coming up next. We've got to go out and put these games to bed and be able to break teams down that do that. And if we can do that, and we can stay clear of injuries, you know, score the goals, keep them out, have a bit of luck, then yeah, I think we can make Europe. What do you think? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash a like if you've enjoyed this one, and subscribe if you're new. Until the next one, always Wolves.